what 2 weeks to the day we had the inauguration, which was yesterday.
Hmm.
So what was your guys' thoughts on those two things?
The Capitol storming. It was sad. It was sad for our nation's capital. For one, it was sad because we all know, everybody knows that if it was a BLM protest, or if there was any nationality other than white there, it would have been mayhem, and gunshots would have rang out, and there would have been bloodshed all over. And I think that it would have been probably an even Saturday. But what makes it sad to me is that obviously I'm a citizen of this country, and I felt like the rest of the world was laughing at a show. That's what bothers me. It's like, yo, we're supposed to be professionals. We're supposed to be taking care of business, worrying about planning about the future, etc. And this is what we're doing. This is how we're moving. And the president at the time, we don't say his name, was allowing it and probably encouraging it. Like, damn, man, like it made me sad to be a citizen of this country, to be honest with you. That was my initial thoughts about everything that happened that day. um I'll go on about the inauguration in a little bit. What do you think, Jesse?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Like it was super embarrassing because if it was one of us, we would have been shot, gone. Um, you know, rest in peace to the people that did pass away. I know a couple of them did. They got trampled. One
Five.
he got shot. Five, yeah. Um, and it was disgusting to look because it's like how are these entitled people able to get away with it? They're just and then they're just showing it on TV and it's just like a big joke. However, or a couple days later when they started doing when Twitter the no fly list was trending on Twitter, when they were catching them and they were crying, that was very satisfying. Um, to see that hey, justice was being served, and people were filming it, and it was just like I saw all the like black Twitter was like that ain't me. At least I could fly. Like I could fly. Like, and then they would have all these memes of like them walking to get my flight. Um, but that was good to see. That was really some funny stuff. But it's still disappointing what happened, and uh, definitely shouldn't have. What were your thoughts, Blevs?
I hate to burst your bubble, but all the no fly list wasn't stuff that happened from that. Like all that stuff was because people were not willing to wear a mask. So there were no fly lists, but it's just when people were recording, like all that stuff happened prior to that.
Okay.
But you did see a lot of people like were harassing a lot of the have been harassing a lot of the congressmen and women at the airport,
Oh yeah.
whether they're Democrat or Republican, regardless of their party affiliation. Like these people are crazy. And so for me, like I've never really been into politics at the level that I am now. And I'm still not like heavy in it. But these last 4 years, definitely this last year, I've been super tapped in. Like I said that recently. And, for me, when I wake up, it's okay, political stuff on Twitter, Lakers Twitter, but mostly news as of late, more so. And then, I'll listen to Skip and Shannon. I'll turn back and forth between Max and Stephen A. And then it's, the news as well to know what's going on because there's been so much and I need to know what's happening, right? So I knew that the crazy thing is I knew that there was going to be a lot of tension on that day. A lot of people online knew that there was going to be tension on that day because you saw people talking about it. We're going to be there. You knew the events were going on, and you saw all these people talking about I'm flying to DC or seeing them fly to DC and be
in their
there.
in their private jets.
Not them people. And so we knew something was gonna go down. So I was watching Trump had a rally. I think it was a save. Sorry that I said his name. Dude had a rally, and it was a Save America rally. And his son was speaking, and he was speaking, and Rudy Giuliani was speaking, and a couple other people, and they were like amped up, and these people were amped up. So I was watching a little bit of that, and then I was also watching them certify the electoral college votes. And then a lot of the Congress people were going to have objections to them being certified, even though they were already certified. And they read off the yays and the nays in alphabetical order of the states. So they couldn't even get through A before somebody had an objection, and the objection was Arizona. And then right as they were starting to read that simultaneously, that's when dude told his people, "We're going to storm the Capitol. We're going to march over there." And all those people went over there, and he went back to the White House. And then it started to be a mob of people that were there. And then, so they're showing the outside of the Capitol and they're showing the inside of the Capitol as the vote is going on, and there's tension between the Congress people. And then they then you see them start to rush some of them out, and then you see them start to like run a little bit inside. And I'm watching this, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I've never seen anything like this. So to watch it live was surreal. It was crazy that these white supremacists were doing this, and that this was going on in America at the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
Domestic terrorism, you know what I'm saying? And for as vivid and surreal as it was for us watching on TV, if you read and you listen to the accounts from the people that were inside the building or outside the building, that were, Congress people, people that are in government, or the guards, or the press, who were brave to still be filming and taking pictures and taking notes when they were fearing for their lives, major respect goes out to them. Major respect goes out to them. And when that's going on, and it's crazy in June, and throughout the summer, you hear things like when the looting starts, the shooting starts,
Mm-hmm.
because you're marching and protesting for the lives of black people, for black and brown men and women that have been killed.
Mm-hmm.
But then people died in this instance because people are unhappy with an election, and you tell them to go do this, and then you send out a half-ass video saying we love you and you're special. That shows you who America is. And there's a lot of people that think along those lines, and it's sad, man. It's real sad. And I'm just glad that nothing happened after that. And we said we were going to segue into the inauguration, and I'm glad that they were able to have the inauguration without any violence or anything happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we were able, granted, there were a lot of changes that had to be made because of COVID, and because of that. Um but the fact that such a beautiful ceremony was able to go off yesterday without a hitch was amazing. And we saw Biden, who is preaching unity. We'll see if it happens. Stand up there, and that's who's going to lead our country. I'm proud of that. We saw Auntie Kamala up there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of that. We see, Alex Padilla, which I don't know, his track record or anything, but he's a new senator from California, and he's from Southern California. Brown man. Hopefully, he does right by us and represents our state right, and then represents our country right. You know what I mean? And then, we could get into the memes of Bernie Sanders, and then Amanda Gorman. She had less than 100,000 followers. I don't remember the exact number, but it was the young lady that, I think she's 22. She did the speech, the
Mm-hmm.
spoken word, and she wasn't verified. Later on that day,
She got verified.
she got verified on Twitter, and then now, last I checked earlier this morning, was at 1.2 million followers.
She was at 50,000 when I saw her.
So then there you go. From that to 1.2 million,
It grew over a million.
man,
Mm-hmm.
she about to be on.
Mm-hmm.
She about to be on.
She did
So
an amazing
I'm
job.
glad we're, and then the Dior Jordans, we saw them, walking down the steps.
And
looking
then
beautiful.
I don't know
I
the
wish,
gentleman's
man.
name, but the African American officer that was in the
Oh,
Capitol.
yes,
I
Name?
forget his name.
Eugene Goodman, I believe is his name. Let me look it up.
Oh, he was looking like a
He
model.
had a glow up, and I salute that man too. Eugene Goodman, Eugene Goodman. Salute that man too for his
The
courage.
the irony.
Yes, his courage and his salvo and his bravery for saving lives, for staying alive,
Hmm.
and for being smart and intelligent, saving lives, saving the Capitol, and then 2 weeks later, you get to protect the vice president.
Looking like a boss.
And with the Gucci scarf on too, looking smooth.
Got a little
He
check.
was,
Yeah,
man.
Looking smooth. And
man.
he's the interim. I don't remember the official title, but he's the interim head of the Capitol Police or something like that. I'm sure I'm probably getting it wrong, but he got a temporary promotion as well. We'll see what happens, with his career thereafter. But he's getting what he deserves, and he needs a medal of freedom from Joe Biden.
Hmm. That's
Yeah.
good. What you guys think about J Lo? I heard they were saying that Ashanti was they wanted Ashanti there in the background vocals.
Nah, I think J Lo said her little, she yelled the whole Spanish thing, just so that we knew that it was her and it wasn't written by Ashanti. She wanted all the
Then
credit.
she talking about let's get live.
Yeah. Nah, she did good and she looked good. She did good and she looked good.
I
Yeah,
And
agree.
Lady
I
Gaga,
agree.
right? And then Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Hey, I was sitting next to my mom watching it. I was like, "Man, this dude could sing. Like, I didn't know he had vocals like that. He actually
Garth
sounded
Brooks.
really good. Yeah, he
That was an
sounded
all
good.
star cast of people, man.
It was,
That's
man.
crazy.
What
I
were your
know.
guys' thoughts on the inauguration, Jesse?
Well, actually was working,
Okay.
so I only got to see a glimpse of it, but it looked very peaceful, promising. I did see the memes with Bernie in his mittens.
It was posted.
I
Hilarious.
Dude, I saw that. He looked really, really salty. But no, I saw some clips here and there. It looked, seeing Obama on stage, like it looks good, man. Just seeing how America could be better and how everybody was happy on there, and looking forward to see what's going to happen in the future. But yesterday was a great day for America, and although I didn't get to see as much of it, I probably will double back and go watch.
Andy,
I know you guys are watching all day.
Yeah, we
I
were.
was.
Shout out the Supreme Court judges. I think her name is Sonia Sotomayor.
Sotomayor, yeah.
Sotomayor. Yeah, so she's the first Hispanic Latina woman Supreme Court judge. So that was really dope. So I was sitting next to Emma, my daughter, and I was like, "That's a big deal," And I explained to her why, and obviously Kamala Harris explaining, South Asian American woman, Black African women, first Vice President woman, and then culturally, it was a big day because it was so diverse, and I felt like, all right, this is the new America. This is it. Like we are all gonna be mixed up, and then everybody that's in power is gonna represent everybody, and that's how I felt. And it felt really promising for the future, especially having a child, and then all my friends and family that have kids, like, hey, this I hope this next 4 years is a seed for the future, and it could be really really good for what's to come. So I do pray also for Biden, his health, strength, and I hope that he can stay true to his words, and things go his way, because I mean he is talking a lot of good, and I just hope that that good we can see it through and he can actually push forward. So it was cool. I really I enjoyed him walking too. Like that was dope that he was out there in the streets. I think I even tweeted that. I was like, all right, Biden in the streets. Like he was out there, but that was a big sign of strength. Like, all right, no, I'm not scared. I'm here. And then today I was reading that I forgot who he asked somebody to step down or resign, and then he fired him because the guy was like, no, it was from the Trump, it was from his administration, and that was another good sign, because I was like, oh, he's not. I thought to myself, like, he's not playing. He even
They say,
said,
no shit.
yeah, he said if anybody in his what is it, in his cabinet, if anybody is disrespectful, he'll fire them on the spot. So I was like, damn man, he's gonna put his foot down. So I really like that. I like that he's firm, and it seems like he wants to get things done. So it was dope. I enjoyed it.